Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, good evening, everybody. Can you hear me clearly? If you can hear me, please let me know. And if you can't, if you cannot, let me know so that I can adjust. Thank you so much, everybody. Amen, amen, amen. Thank you so much. Karim Tunde, thank you. Wale Alabi, Adegboyega, Ademisoye, Oyinlola Ogunsemowo, thank you for joining in. Eke Anobi, thank you. Tenibi Ajeoluwa Seun, Ayelabola Doyin, David Ayelabola, El Nino. Okay, very clear. Aderunke, Adeyinka Runke Orede, Idowu Lizzy Ogunkeye, thank you for joining. I hope, okay, Adeyinka Adeyemi, thank you so much. God bless you for joining. As you can see, let's just start quickly. It's very hot, very hot. I'm having issues with the AC, so I have to use fan. So bear with me as I'm sweating like a Christmas goat here. So, last week we were talking about relocation, right? So today we'll continue from part 2. And Adenola, thank you. Olawunmi Bishobowale Egberi, thank you. Adebola Taiwo, thank you for joining. God bless you. Thank you. Okunla Gloria Agoho, thank you for joining. I'm coming back to you. You should be okay by now. So you continue from where you stopped. So Yomadefa Bule Aboderi, thank you for joining. Yes, ma, thank you. Okay, you can hear me. As you all know, my name is Olu Abi or Abid Busi. Toyosi Adebisi, thank you. Kenny Onifade Oshibeluwo, I tried. Thank you for joining. God bless you. So last week we spoke about relocation at length, and then I was telling you about some of the purposes of relocating, and I believe we all understood everything, and this is what is going on around the world right now. Rain is the rain of the moment. Everybody is japaing, everybody is relocating, everybody is going away from one country to the other, but majorly from West Africa to the Western world. So this is what is really going on, and I can see that at times some people are not even they don't even care which country anymore. They just want to leave the country. They just want to leave Africa. That is it. Yusuf MKB, thank you. God bless you. So now I spoke about the way people were, and I said you people should I don't discourage people. That is one thing about me, because what works for A might not work for B, and then I cannot look into anybody's future and know what God has for that person. So if God wants you to relocate, fine. Or maybe you deem it fit, you think it is the proper thing or the next thing to do, fine. If God gives you a headway, definitely He wants you to do it. If that's what I do, I pray, I tell God, please, if you want me to do this, definitely this thing will come to place. But if it doesn't come, that means maybe it's either it is not yet time, or He doesn't want it to happen, and then that is it. So now I was telling you to do your feasibility studies very well, to make sure you know where you are going. Ask questions, the kind of visa you have been given to. You have been given, maybe it's a real visa, or you have been given a Genje visa, because I was telling you about the video I saw when majorly Nigerians were stranded at the port of entry in UK, because they had fake visas. And somebody was asking, is it possible? Because fake human beings, no, wow, because there are so many people, they are making fake human beings. So if they can make that, there's nothing beyond them. They can, except that God did not give them that life to put in the human being. That is it. Samson Fowowe, thank you, sir. Thank you for joining. So, and I said you should check the authenticity of the visa before you even embark on any journey. And then, as they will even tell you at all the embassies, they will tell you never make any arrangements if you are not certain. That is, if you don't have your visa at hand, don't make any travel arrangements. Don't sell anything. Don't. And you people that are selling things like selling properties when you have not obtained visas, this is so dangerous. So that is why, like me, I used to cite myself as examples. Whenever I want to do any visa, I don't tell people. I keep it to myself. If they say no to me, I'm not going to cry to anybody. And if they say yes to me, it still be within me. I'll keep it to myself. So I remember I was traveling. I was shuttling Nigeria and UK for years, and nobody knew in my area. They thought I was working in Lagos. So I will leave. I'll carry my bag. I will even ride Okada to the park. From there, I'll take and I won't even charter a cab from Ibadan. As you could see, where was the money? No money. I wasn't even traveling for luxury. I was traveling because I wanted to make ends meet. I wanted to put food on the table for my kids. So I wasn't even after luxury that time anymore. Any little thing I got, I was utilizing it basically on myself and my children. So that was it. So I would just board Okada, like a bike, from my house to the park with my big bags. So when I get there, I will enter a cab, like the cabs going to Lagos. So when we are about reaching Lagos, then I will start toasting the driver like, hey Josa, can you take me to the airport? How much will you take? Then we'll now negotiate. Because if I should negotiate from Ibadan or from wherever my destination was, it would be so expensive and I wouldn't be able to afford it. So that was how I was doing it then. And nobody knew in my area. Everybody thought I was in Lagos. So one day I just showed my passport to a girl. She held me, she screamed, she was yelling, screaming, going up and down, saying, hey, he run you, hey, he run you, hey. I said, because I decided not to blow my trumpet, I wasn't telling anybody. This was what I was doing. So that is why when you are going through stuff like this, I don't mind if you don't tell me. Even if you are my next door neighbor and you refuse to share this thing with me, I don't care. I've once been in your shoes. I won't tell you. And people don't want to know how you did it. They just want to see the results. That is it. So that is it. Just make sure you keep it to yourself. So even if it fails, you won't have anybody to, like blame you or, stuff like that. And that was one thing. If I want to do something, I want it to succeed, I don't share it with people. I don't tell anybody. No matter how close you are with me, I will not tell you. Until this thing materializes, before I will tell you. That's another thing. So thank you for that, Deborah Shobowale. Thank you so very much. Oluwagbemiga, thank you. Afolabi Fatai, èmi nìkan tán. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So that is it. So today I'm shifting it a little bit to another side. I said we're talking about the purposes of relocating. Last week I was telling you about people relocating based on studies like education and stuff like that. People going because of maybe job related issues, maybe transfer, or maybe you're looking for a better job, or maybe you got a better offer, or maybe a new like a new job somewhere abroad, and you decide to relocate with or without your family. It depends on how you want to do it. Then I said some people are using greener pastures. Some are relocating because their parents are over there, some because their children are over there, and some because their siblings are over there. So depends on the kind of situation you find yourself. And But today, majorly, I said I will talk about purposes, right? The reasons why you're going there. So there is one thing for you to sit down and think and believe this is good for you, right? But at another time, do you get to think over it? Do you get to think for the second, the third, and the fourth time? I tell people, seek opinion. You don't have to tell them that Mufe travel. You know, you can cite an example. Yeah, don't you see so person traveling, and the person have traveled, gone to, they said that thing is working. Hey, oh God, oh, people are, you know, you are tapping into their knowledge, tapping into the messages, tapping into experiences, tapping into advices. You know, people will talk. That is when you will hear people that are happy for those ones, people that are not happy for it, people that are missionless, they don't even have any mission, and people that are discouragers, you know, and those ones, they will never see any good in anything you want to do. They will always discourage you, or to, you know, just to say one thing, one awful thing or the other. But one thing about life, there are possibilities and there are impossibilities. There is positive vibes and there is negative. So when you are talking about something to somebody, because if eventually the person now do that thing and succeed, how do you want the person to look at you? That's one thing. So when you are telling them, like, okay, if you are relocating, what kind of job are you doing here that you want to relocate? Okay, if you say you want to relocate, how about, okay, if it is like this, if it is like that? So you don't just stand up and say kí ló fẹ́ lọ ṣe lọ́hùn, kò sí nǹkan kan bí ibi ni kò dúró sí. Because you don't believe in it doesn't mean it will not work for other people. Because you don't want to do it does not mean it will not favor other people. What you just need to do is to, like, encourage them and tell them to look widely before they leap, before they jump into anything. That they should look widely, they should not make mistakes, and that is it. And majorly, they should pray about it, and that is it. So now, when you now say, so from there, when you think about relocating and you are sure and certain that this is it, if you are going to get a job over there, like all these skilled workers that they are giving visas to, if that is what you're going there to do, most of them have employers right before they leave their country, especially Nigeria. Before you leave Nigeria, make sure you speak with the employers. They will not just give you a phone to talk to somebody. Ask questions. Ask questions. I will tell you, there was an instance, somebody was asking me to assist. I assisted. I realized that 7 or 8 days after, he came back for another assistance, for another request. I was mad. Because where I got the money from, you don't know. You don't know if I have been replenished from where I got the money. And you don't know how many people are clinging on to me for such requests. You made the second request. I said, okay, I will do this. I did what I could do. Exactly 9-10 days after, again, he made the third request. I never knew you from anywhere, but because the way you came into my DM, I said, okay, no problem. And I realized the way you wanted to come into me, when I hear anything about children, I'm always passionate. And I said, okay. I asked 1 or 2 questions, he answered. And I said, do this, do this, do that. As I was doing it, I was on the phone with somebody who was discouraging me already because I was telling the person. I said, no, I won't get discouraged until I get you red-handed. Most times, you might not get them red-handed, but if you know you are going too deep, too far, back out. So when I was asking questions, I said he should do video. So when he was doing the video, I placed my phone up, looking at the ceiling, so that I could see what he was trying to show me. When I saw it, I saw that no, this is not it. I said, you know what? Your child is in the hospital. This is not an environment for a hospital. And the so-called doctor, the way he was speaking with me, I knew he wasn't a doctor. He was even not wearing shirts. He was holding his singlet and was doing like this, fanning himself. Doctor. I now realized in that environment was like a lab. And you know, labs that are not really functioning, maybe you don't have so much people doing it, and that is it. He came out. I said, go back a little bit. He tried and switched the video all the way around. I said, no, the way it was before. I saw what I wanted to see, and I said, you know what? In as much that I really want to help, right? That place, I have 2 nurses that I can call for you. Do I call one of them to come meet you wherever you are? Where are you? He was giving me cock and bull stories about address. Address, area. You can't tell me area. There should be an address. Kiloruko Hospital, kò ní signboard. I said, okay. I said, transport yourself with your child to so place. They will meet you there and take you to. He said, kò sówó ọ̀kadà, kò sí mọ́tò. I said, talk to the Okada man that you want to. The Okada will not collect money from you before taking you. They will take you to your destination. Then I will place somebody to be waiting for you at the other end. They will pay for your Okada. Kiniko. I said, okay, let me see the child. The child pretended as if he was sleeping, blinking his eyes. I was looking. I just said, hey, Pele, sorry, oh. And that was it. My dear sisters and brothers, I told him, I said, there should be hospitals in your area. No, what will be, they're expensive. I said, no matter how expensive they are, when you transport your child, whenever you get money, no matter how bad you are, you can talk to people in your area and say, hey, Joya, me need 1,000. Can you go my loss hospital? They will give you, no matter how bad you are. And if they cannot give you, call Okada man. When you get to the hospital, call me. If the Okada man drags you, I will tell them at the hospital to give the Okada man money. Then I said, transport that child to the hospital. You know what he said? Okay, ma, thank you. He called the phone. About 30 minutes or an hour after, he just sent me a text. Hello, ma. Yes. I was able. No. Sorry, he didn't. But it was online. I was watching him. That night, I was on a night shift. So I was watching him all through. He was online. So the following morning, he just sent me a text and said, thank you, ma, for telling me to take that child to the hospital. I was able to transport him to the hospital. On getting there, we met a church member who paid. Oh, I said, thank God. I said, the person knew that I didn't really have that much. Thank God. 2 days after, he now came with another request. I just blocked him off. So, ask questions. If you are asking questions and they are annoyed with you, they are angry with you, they are up to something. I tell people I'm always inquisitive. I want to know. I will dig my nose because this is what I want to put my money into. I should be able to ask questions. Even if it is a dime, if it is 1 naira, ogun ojumini, I will ask questions. So ask questions, make inquiries to make sure you are talking to the right person, because they can bring any shit, anybody that's all logale, and those ones too will push shoulder pad and be talking whereas they are nothing. We see them sleeping at the train stations when they have been swindled of their hard-earned money. Iṣẹ́ for 10-15 years. Just like that. Be very careful. There are so much outside though. There are so much outside. Please be very careful. Go easy. It's not easy now. So that is it. Then now I will shift to the set of people that are relocating. You know, last week I was talking about children that are going abroad. to study. How old is your child that is going abroad? I keep telling people, I don't encourage people to let their children to go and study for first degree. You know why? We are seeing them. We are seeing them. Because they are children that most of them have never experienced liberty or freedom before. So it's just like you caging a bird for like 18 years. And all of a sudden, you did not carry that bird to say, oh yeah, shilekun, man no junta, just see as the world is. Don't go out. You did not say tomorrow, okay, hold my hand, let's walk 2 streets down and come back. You did not say, oh, okay, oh, next tomorrow, let's walk 1 mile and come back. You did not say, let's move around the town and see. All of a sudden, you give that child total freedom and liberty. Before you know it, the bird is going to fly away. Fly to an unknown destination, and it will miss his or her way and will not be able to retrace his steps backwards to where he or she was coming from. That is why I don't encourage people to send their children who are under 21 abroad to go and study. If anybody can call me whatever, that is my own opinion. It may be different, it may be contrary to your own opinion. That is yours. But to me, I believe children that we put our nose, our eyes, our mouth, and everything to monitor and to nurture, it only takes the grace of God before they become good. How much more a child that will just let loose, just like that? We see them all. That is when they will come here. Within a year, they have turned smokers, heavy drinkers, doing a lot of things. You see them at the club, doing a lot of things. And then those children do not know that you are struggling to pay their school fees. They believe, okay, mommy will provide, daddy will provide, no matter what, money will come out. You don't carry them along to let them see what is really going on. They believe my school fees is how much converts, if I convert it to Naira, it's going to be 3 million, goes with 5 million, mommy is going to provide. They don't care how mommy got it. They don't care how daddy got it. And daddy did not care to tell them, I am sweating, no, so they come here. They will not know you are going on hunger strike just to put food on their table. So when they come, you give them money, they just lavish it. They squander it. Then the next thing they will be looking for, how they are going to get money again. And before you know it, all those ones that are seeing them, oh, this boy, very intelligent, he will be good for the job. They beckon on them. Let me give you this. Give them $10, $15, before you know it, $200, $500, just like that, bam. When you call for $100, mommy will speak grammar before they will send you $100. But one person will just come from one corner and give you $500 on a platter of gold. If that person now says, you know what, I'm going to rent a house, that your auntie that they say you should be putting up with, they should stay with, they don't know the right thing. They don't want you to prosper in life. Quarrel with them and come here, I'll give you accommodation. And that is it. The child is going. And here, once the child is 18 and the child complains, if you want to hold them and say, Mama, he will call the cops on you. And the cops will say, he's an 18-year-old child. Only right, let's make a decision. He can choose wherever he wants to stay. Because they are making money out of them. If they turn bad, they are making money out of them. So it now depends on you. You that want to send your child abroad, think very well. A lot is happening right. You see how they are doing. How much more when you now allow them to go without looking back. And some of them will stay 2 years, 5 years, 3 years. It only takes the grace of God. Only take the grace of God. So when the child is a bit advanced, so if an 18-year-old misbehaves and a youthful exuberant, come up, But when it's an adult, like 21 years old, you will know that the person had already formed his or her character. Olufe misbehave. A lot of them are ending their lives in jail. There are so many here from different countries. And mostly, they know most Africans, especially Nigerians, very intellectual. When they come here, a child that got out of secondary school at 16, Sholo Dolonja, the secondary school at 16. Brilliant children. Eh? And the devil is striking, messing up their brains, messing up their lives. So you have to think very well before you send your child to come and study abroad. And that is why you see some of them, they come here, they forget totally about their parents. They don't look back. Most of them, they don't look back. They are too young. They don't know anything. So by the time they open their eyes into the wrong world, into the wrong people who are telling them and turning their back against their people, against their parents that have nurtured them to bring them abroad. And that is why you see them not looking back. The parent will be saying, yeah, some hardly would you be even hearing from them. When mommy money lecture, I'll call you, call the phone. The mother will now be sick, you know, the father will be sick. Eh? And we mothers, when we want something, we can stay on our husband, on his neck to get that thing. Maybe the father is saying, "Woko, see resources, I don't have that money." The mother will say, "Ma worry, God will provide. I will try this one. I will try the money that he cannot use to play with the husband before. She will look for that money, all because she wants her child to go abroad, to go and study, which is a very good thing. You know, when they come to the environment where there is no strike, their mentality changes. Everything changes about them. But when they are too young, I don't fancy that idea. I know our education is a bit messed up in Nigeria, but that doesn't say, at least you studied there, I studied there. But we were not even wearing shoes when we were going to school. How many people don't wear shoes? Unless you people that were wearing socks and shoes. When they buy you a pair of shoes for the whole session, first term to third term, if the shoe cut and ripped off at first term, that's your luck. They are enjoying because things are changing. But that doesn't mean that we should now say, okay, let me leave everything just like that. Unless you are coming to stay with them. I keep telling people, if you have the fund, you have the resources, you want to come and stay. I have some friends, they are not here, they are not in Nigeria. They are shuttling. Their kids are here, their husbands are in Nigeria. So they are shuttling. The mothers are always floating. I will not float. At times she will buy some stuff. I have about 3 or 4 of them. Some of them will buy some stuff, like all this snail and everything, dry fish, everything. They will bring and sell. Why they use one eye to watch their children. And when the children are off school, they are here. When the children are in school, they are back to Nigeria. They will go and struggle a little bit again and come again. That is for those that have the resources. But what of those that do not have the resources? Those that do not have the money? So you have to think very well before your child embark on that kind of a journey. Fine, they will come here and study. That is when they come here. I'm not saying tattoo is not good though, but what they could not do while they were under your roof within 6 months. Hey, I saw somebody was saying she had about few tattoos and she was still scared to see her mom. This is an adult now. She should be in her 20s, I think. She knew her mom doesn't like it, but she went ahead and did it and was doing it. She had few, more than 2 or 3. She had more than that. Now she was scared to see her mom. So we should think about it very well before your child embarks on that kind of a journey. That is one thing. Then your siblings, you people that you gather money together and send your siblings abroad. It is a very good thing. It is a very good thing. I have seen a cousin of mine who was always calling me, oh, Dejo, àbúrò mi ni, àbúrò mi ni. You understand? That is love, pure love. That is supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. But have you checked with that your àbúrò? Is it the same as it is with you that is with the person? Is the person even is the person appreciating what you're doing? Does the person even want it, or you are the one even trying to do this thing? Right? Think very well. You have to think very well and make sure you are doing the right thing. Is your sibling contributing anything? Because they said I don't know that when you get free medicine, you might not know the worth, but when you pay for that medicine, you will know the worth. You will even use it when you're supposed to use it. You will not skip and say, because you are not the one that bought it. But if you had been the one that bought it, you will use it when you're supposed to use it, and you will use it accordingly. So that one is another thing. It is good to assist your sibling. It is good to help. At least when you are able to raise one person, that person should be able to raise another. Now, when you now raise the person, is the person looking back for others? Because some people, when they get there, they fly away. They don't even remember those people at home anymore. And when they call them, they will see them as pests. Or when you keep calling them, they will see them as like a boredom. Like somebody bothering them. That is a burden on me. He's just getting on my nerves. He's always calling for this, calling for that. Right? So that is it. You got to be very careful. I'm not saying you should not assist your sibling. Be careful. Can your sibling do the same for you? Is your sibling ready? Somebody else, I said it last week, somebody was talking about a sibling who she deposited money into his account to be building the account for him, only for the boy to have come with 30 million naira. 30 million naira. Who knows? The lady was saying the money does not all the money belong to her. Now, the boy that you were trying to mold his head refused to be molded and absconded with the money. Sheru sibling kon. I'm not saying siblings are not good. Please don't twist me and don't misquote me. Right? But we have to think very well. Not at the expense of your own family. Not at the expense of your children. Right? Okay. That's another thing. Then, if you're saying you're traveling abroad, if your spouse is traveling, are you traveling separately or together? I will first talk about traveling together before I now talk about traveling separately. So when you are traveling together, you have to have some things at the back of your mind. Your mission over there, that's number one. I listened to and I watched a video somebody sent to me when the husband was saying he and the wife had been married for 23 years and they never fought for one day. And a friend of mine sent it to me and was asking if that was possible. I said yes, it was possible, because according to what Pastor Faith said the other time, when you are getting married, be intentional. Put your foot down. Know your aims. Know your goals. Know the reason why you are getting married. Are you getting married because you just want to get married? Others are getting married. Are you getting married because you want somebody to dominate? Are you getting married because You want to just have a family? Or are you getting married in the line of God to be able to bring good children out of the wedlock? Be very careful. So if you are intentional about going abroad together, you will both sit down, talk, right? All the resources you have. Don't put everything at once. God so good, their diaspora banking. You can put your money in the bank, go there, see how it is, if you want to stay or you want to come back. But by the time you have sold everything, asile, asimoto, asile, at everything, if that place is not your place, how do you do it? You come back again and start all over again. All those people that have been doing yes sir for you, you will now come back and be doing yes sir for them. I bet the person that bought your car at a giveaway price, will the person sell it for you at that same price again? No. If you had sold your house to me, will you come back and say, I want to collect the house back, come and collect your money, but not in Shirue? That is it. Sit down and talk it out. Ìyàwó mi, ọkọ mi, this is what is on ground. Maybe you are the dependent, I am the dependent. How are we going to do it? Who will be working? Who will not be working? In some cases, the dependents will get chance to work. But in most cases, the dependents don't work. Do you have handiwork that you want to do? Or do you think the way you were doing in Nigeria, pressing remotes, calling ourselves, that is what you are going to do in abroad? No. No. You are starting all over again. Starting from bata to bra. You are starting all over again because you can't bring all those things you have over there to bring abroad. Your orientation must change. The way you talk, the way you walk, the way you act, everything has to change. The way you reason, the way you see things. So you have to sit down and know the reason why. Yes, mission, yes. How you are coming, why you are coming here. What do you want to achieve? I listened to Pastor Jerry's wife one day when she was talking that her husband sent her abroad to study while the husband was here. The husband was doing the job, did not leave the job, and was, shortly, I think the husband was coming to see her every now and then. But in some cases, there may not be resources for that. So you have to think. That's why I tell people, have 1, 2, 3 plans. Plan A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. If this one does not work, if it's not going to work that way, is it going to work this way? Are we going to do it this way? So you have to sit down and think about it. Adura, as I said, prayers. If God wants it to work, it will make a way. And then how much resources are you putting in? You have worked for 10, 15 years, 20 years. You want to go and start all over again. All the resources you have back home, are you going to sell them, give them away, or continue to monitor and make sure something is coming out of it? I know there are some people too, they have been looking for a way to get rid of you from your own company self. So that will be an opportunity for them to squander your money. They say, am I worried? So I should do it this way. Am I worried? I will make everything intact. Just leave. The fish that you cannot eat, the NSC that you cannot buy, the club that you cannot club. Before you know it, you call them on a Friday to ask them how far was the week. You just be hearing bing, 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 bing. I'm not going to What's one club? What's not 300,000, 500,000, 1 million, 2 million. And you that work the money, you could not do it. So you have to sit down and think. how you want it. Because if it works for A like that, it might not work for B like that. So you have to sit down and think about it. Be intentional. When we get there, what are we going to be doing? What are we going to be doing? How are we going to sort out the children, if there are children? If they are not yet children, they will say it is very good for both of them to go. But if there are no, there are children, you can think about it. Where are you going to keep the children? Children does not want to know that we ate yesterday, there is no food for today. No. They must eat at least twice a day. Planning, yes, it takes God's grace and planning. That is why you have to think twice, 3 times, 4 times. That is it. Before you can embark on such journey. And then, the wife you are taking along, the husband you are taking along, how has his or her character been while you were both here? Does the person worth you taking along? Or does the person worth saying, Shiduro Lena, let me go and see? Because some people, they cannot withstand tests. And the test of faith, they cannot. They will say, that will not eat, that will not do this, that will not do that. And some people will say, "Kosi problem. You just go and make way for us. You should be a pathfinder. And when things are okay, we will come and join you." Right? Okay. But if you are traveling alone, traveling together, sit down and think. Sit down and make plans. Ask questions. Look for people that are traveled together and ask them questions. I once had a friend who got lottery that time. They had 2 children. Both of them sat down together and say, you know what? Let me and you go and struggle. Let's leave the children with our family, with our mom. We'll come back for them. They came here, struggled. The first 6 months or so, within a year, they were able to take their children. But what works for them might not work for another person. So that is why it is good to sit down and think about it, pray about it, ask questions. And the person that won the lottery or maybe the visa or whatever, you better know his or her character. Is it when the person comes here and say, if not from me, you the one Nigerian to see rari? Is it somebody that will be looking down on you, calling you names, or calling you ingrate? Or is it somebody that will say, "Ma worry, all will be well. It's just a test of time. Before you know it, everything will come into shape and everything." Is it somebody that any little inconveniences by? So think about it before you do it. Think about it. So when you are going with your spouse, have it at the back of your mind that you are going to see a lot of obstacles. Daddy that have been pressing remote will not be able to press remote. You have to help out. Mommy that is always making nails. Kemi, they want CB, this is rubbish now. You will walk, you will walk. That nails will break into pieces. So you have to think, is the sacrifice worth it, or does it worth it or not? So you have to think 2 times, 3 times, thrice, 4 times before you embark on such journey. That is it. That is it. And then when you are going there, don't depend on, I'm a lawyer. Lawyer ni mi kinto kuro nle. Lawyers gonna be you. lawyers that even have the accent, that can speak through their nose, and not for you that will just be coming and say, the law of Kinikan in the year 2000. Don't carry that mentality to where you're going. That is it. Actually, I'm a CEO my foot. Before you can mingle with them, right? You have to study. Do your homework very well. Available job, yes, that is it. Can be menial jobs. You that will say, for the arugbo over my dead, but what for the arugbo? You will stay after, you will look after arugbo where. Some arugbo will even spit on your face. A brother of mine, a cousin, older cousin, was telling me when he came here that he had good job, he had very good job, and the wife, they were doing very well, okay, in Nigeria. So when he got here, he said he had to go to the store and be selling this thing at the store. He will stand how many hours? Supervisors that are way younger than him will call him and say, hey, you do this. So the kids came to buy something at the store. They found their dad and they were crying. They could not shop. They went out. Say, hey, daddy walo wa apron. Don't serve, don't shake, don't shower. You know, you want this, you will run, go and bring that thing. Say, hey, that is it. But because he was he was ready to do anything just to make sure there's money. And then, as soon as you get in, you know that your wife is the one studying, or your wife is the one, or the husband is the one that is able to get job, or do one thing, is legal or whatever. You on the other side, don't just sit down. Don't just sit down. Improve on yourself. Improve. So that by the time he's done, he's looking right at you at his back. By the time she's done, you are just right there by her side. You are not far away that you won't be able to meet up with the standard. And then inferiority complex will set in. It will now be like the other party will be saying, Oyinbo, daddy, why don't lagbara? The Oyinbo he had been speaking before you traveled. The Oyinbo you people spoke together before you got to where you are is now irritating you. That is it. You have to be very careful. It's a decision. Both of you have to sit down, talk about it. Ero síwájú, ero sẹ́yìn. Kẹ́ make it. One person cannot just wake up one day and say, I relocate. We are relocating. Who and who? Who and who? You have to sit down and look at it and plan it well. And then when you are planning, your children are in the middle. How are you going to sort them? How are you going to sort them? So be very careful. That is it. So as one person is learning, you too be doing one thing or the other. Before you even leave the country, look for jobs, vocational jobs to do. I tell people, learn how to do things with your hands. We have people here that are cab drivers that sent their wives to nursing school. But when their wife finished, they forgot to upgrade themselves. They thought, Tobati were okay, I'll be okay. Forgetting that as you are sending her to nursing school, you are releasing the leash in which is being tied around her neck. She's going to meet different people. She's going into the world per se. So it takes the grace of God for that woman or the man to be able to put his or herself down to the level that he or she was before she started that school. Orientation might change. Thinking might change. Everything will change. But don't forget to upgrade yourself also. Courses, 3 months training, 2 months training. Upgrade yourself. Upgrade yourself. See greener pasture. When things get better in future, You will not be far, far behind. You will not be far, far behind. That is why, when I'm not saying it is good, when you see some men, when they shoot their wives, they misbehave, you know, because the wife has changed, has moved on, but the man refused to move on, to move on to the next level, like upgrading himself or getting better in whatever he or she is doing. So if it's your husband that is studying, you want to want to ma ṣe lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́. Ọmọ tó bá mówó wọlé nìyẹn máa yín. Yes, if your husband is studying and you know you are not even legal in that way, that you can't even school, you can learn how to braid hair. You can learn how to cook. It's got so good. Things have changed. In the corner of your room, you can cook. People are watching you all over. People are making skits. I can come and meet you. I want to start. I'm not that funny anyway. But I want to start and be, you know, maybe one day I'll just come and be doing like this. People will be watching me and giving me money. Yeah, that is it. At least move from the spot you were to the next level. Don't just sit rapata sojuko. Now, this one now brings me back to those people that are traveling separately. Ìyàwó ló lọ, ọkọ wà nílé, or ọkọ lọ, ìyàwó wà nílé. In those days, most times, men were the only one traveling. The women will be home. The man will get there and marry another woman. That is a way. And forget the ones at home. At the end of the day, when that one now treat their fuck up, that was when they will remember, ìyàwó mi tó wà nílé kò wojú mi rí. But nowadays, women are doing it now. Some will go and change number. I saw a man crying on the social media sometimes 2 years or 3 years ago. They got married. I think they had a child, or maybe they have not even gotten any child. I don't know. I can't remember. The wife traveled, and within 6 months, Oti changed orúkọ. She changed her name. She started using bleaching cream. The husband was complaining, when did you leave? God, that you are now doing all this thing. Then she blocked the husband. Before you know it, she got married to another person and was telling the husband, play along, keep with Fidani. And before you know it, we don't see the backlight anymore. That was how the woman left. And this man was crying all over social media, begging everybody to bring the wife back. And that's when I knew it. If the woman come back, the man was going to kill her. Yeah. Because she had already put him through a lot. But in this one, it is good for both of them to travel. Fine. Do you have the resources? Do you have the resources? That is it. If you have the resources, you people sit down together and think about it and make your move. That is it. But in the case that is only one person that can travel, where is the person going to put up? Who is the person going to put up with? Are they the people that will turn his or her back against you? That is it. And I tell people one thing. The way you treat your spouse, or the way you have treated your spouse, mostly shows when your spouse travels. If you have been a good spouse, right? You have been a good wife. You have been a good husband to your wife while in Nigeria, while in your country. And your wife travels, or your spouse travels and starts misbehaving, right? There is one thing they call law of karma. It might not be early, right? But it will surely come. It will surely come. So, if you have been a good spouse, your conscience judges you right. that yes, mo tọ́jú ìyàwó mi, mo tọ́jú ọkọ mi, and your husband gets abroad and forgets you and changed the plan, law of karma will visit the person, whether he or she likes it or not. Yes. Yes. Look, this our God, eh? He looks at the heart and he looks at the face, but we only look at the face. God sees everything. Even before you make that move, God knows. Before you misbehave, God knows. Excuse me, I'm trying to increase this fan, but I'm sorry. Once I increase it, the sound might be awful. So I'm trying to raise it a little higher than before, so that it can reach me so well. Okay, so that is it. So that is what I am saying. But if you have been the one that did not treat your wife right or your husband right while you were together in Nigeria, once the person gained their opportunity to get abroad, bye bye niyo. Forget about monora funra eniyen. The time she has been a good wife or the good husband to you too paid for you. I am not abating bad character, but unless if that person have the fear of God and that your love is that is when the person will look back. And that is when the person will look back. I will tell you the reasons for change of character. Opo, some of the reasons. Yes, ma. It's a wide topic to discuss. Benny, Japa is a very wide topic to discuss. Right? Permit me, sorry. I'm sorry. I just had to make a comment. So it's a wide topic, yes. So the reasons why, some of the reasons, not even all, some of the reasons why there is always a change in people's character when they travel abroad. I am not talking about other ones, so I'm talking about spouses, husbands and wife and husband, the immediate family. Some of them too, the siblingship and whatever, some of them can be attached to it, but majorly I'm talking about the husband and the wife. A wife or husband that you did not give attention to while he or she was in Nigeria. Oh, no, yeah. Oh, care. All you care for, some is only the kids they care for. They don't want to know anything about the father or the wife. They can provide for the kids anything. If the kids want to eat the moon, they will get it for them. But in the aspect of the wife, forgetting that you first knew your spouse before the children came in. Abi, have you forgotten? And without that your spouse, are those children going to be? Even if you are going to have them, they are not going to be with her or him, be with another person. So when you now forget or you lack, and you neglect them, you do not give them attention, the person has been known to be fending for his or herself. If the children want to buy anything of $1 million, he will provide. But when I ask for a dime, he will say, Kosi. Definitely, when she gets over there, all she's going to do is thank God. At least for now, I'll be able to fend for myself, look for money on my own. All this thing, mine, will be about me, not any other person anymore. And before you know it, her orientation will start changing. There will be hatred. She will now start seeing the way you have been treating her as an offense. And then before you know it, marriage ti lọ nìyẹn. Yeah. Marriage ti lọ nìyẹn. Or the wife that you did not show love to, and suddenly she gets abroad. One brother wey no get wife, abi one sister that is a widow with big yash will now be cooking and be calling, bra Kenny, ṣé rice lẹ fẹ́ jẹ àbí dòdò? Bra Fẹ́mi, abẹ́ fẹ́ yẹ kí n gúnyán fún kí n royán fún yín ni. Mi ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ sí ẹ̀fọ́ kan, ẹ̀fọ́ yẹn rí gan, ó dá gan ni. Ṣé kí n fi ìgbín sí? And you wife could not cook. House girl ló ń sóúnjẹ. You don't have time. When the husband demands and say, oh, there's thing, come by for me. Ó ti wù mí jẹ tipẹ́. Níbo ni kí n ti rí? Where do you want me to get that? I don't have that time. I don't do this. You are married to your career. Once the man gets abroad, ọ̀rẹ́, igide ẹyẹfò, ọkọ tó ti lọ ló wá wọ́ sí, is gone. Gone. Remember? Going, gone. That's it. The person is gone. So when you don't show love, you don't show attention, you only mind the kids, you only or maybe you are abroad, the wife or the husband is trying to do a video with you. You are shying away from the video. For you people were sleeping together, you had children together, you were once in love. So far that one starts coming in, definitely another person that is studying the brother, that I've been looking at the brother, I've been eyeing the brother, or I've been eyeing the woman. I say, look, dada, kí ló dé tójú yín wá rí báyìí. It's vice versa. It might be you abroad and your wife, another person will be doing in Nigeria. It's an opportunity. Ó tiẹ̀ tí ń pa tiẹ̀ lọ, kò kú sí fẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀. Àmọ́ bóyá married, we are not in marriage, we know we are not in love, I don't even know. Then bra Kini will say, kí ló ṣe mọ́tò yín? Let me come and see, bra tí ò níṣẹ́ tẹ́lẹ̀. Bra jigolo. The next thing, brother ti gbàyàwó ẹ̀. Or the next thing, sister big ass, ó ti gbóúnjẹ wá ká dádì mọ́lé. Ti fọwọ́ ra dádì lórí. Sorry to say, apologies to my daddies. Ẹ̀yin kẹ̀dẹ̀rẹ́ kọ́ máa ti kan agbárí yín àbí kan ti dẹnu lẹ̀ yín. Ó ti lọ. That is it. So, or maybe ìwọ tó jẹ́ pé àwọn ọmọ ló gbé ka orí ìyàwó ẹ̀. Your wife is not it doesn't matter to you about nothing matters to you about her. It's only your children. It's only your children. Who's calling me at this time? It's only your children. So you have to be very careful. You have to be very careful, because whatever you sow, it is what you will reap. Definitely, the wife will misbehave. The husband will misbehave. Things will change. That is it. That is it. So be very careful. Or you the one that is always carrying your extended family over your wife. You cannot defend your wife for anything. You will carry your wife to your family house. What sort of thing? They will insult her, do everything. So when she see that opportunity, she see it as an escape route. Ó sá lọ nìyẹn. Then as soon as she get there, what she will be looking for is on how to stand on her feet without you. How to be able to achieve 1, 2, 3 things without you. And once you are out of the system for a little while, you are gone forever. You are gone forever. Or you are the one that does not recognize your wife, even in the presence of your friends. You both have a plan. Then when your friend says this, you come back and change the plan without even consulting her. Huh? It doesn't make your wife like the superior person or all in all. But once she's able, you know, we make mistakes so many times. And if you're a man, you are trying to think on your own, you tend to make mistakes. The things your wife will calm you down to look at the second time, the third time, you will go and make huge mistakes. There was a man who lent his friend a huge sum of money. And the wife got to know and was saying, ṣé ṣàyájú iye báyìí lọ ní àmì ìyájú bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ, ó better tó bá ṣe jẹ́ yẹn ló gbé sá lọ. The man could not talk because he had given so much out to the man. It was later the wife knew. Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me? But if you carry your wife along, that doesn't make your wife the superior person or your head or your oga. No. But your wife will be able to calm you down, call you to order, and where you are making mistakes. 2 heads are better than 1. Even the Bible said it, that 1 will chase 1,000. Why 2 will chase 10,000? Thousands upon thousands. Do you know what it means? If A thinks this way, B will think that way. Both of you will come together, talk about it. This is my thought, this is my thought. Then when you now think about it very well, you'll be able to arrive at a decision. No intruder, no outsider will come and give you an order concerning your home when your wife have not agreed. Ko possible. When your husband have not said yes. Both of you have to align. You have to come together. You have to make that decision. Not for an outside. Not your daddy, your mother-in-law, your father-in-law, your brother-in-law. No. They are outsiders. They are intruders. They are not supposed to. So when you don't carry your wife along, you're making your decision. Okay, London, Malo. And the wife does not even have anything to say. Maybe we should wait. No. You are going. Because your friends are doing it. Your friends are making that decision, saying, I'm free, I'm on my own now. I don't want to put any stress on myself. I go home when I like, I eat what I like, and the next thing, you'll be buying bolly by the roadside. At the end of the day, what will happen? If you don't eat poison, you eat junks. Abi whatever, juju kayamata, whatever. That is it. So many people have used their hand to spoil their homes. They have used their hand to spoil their homes. You don't allow your wife to make decisions. You don't allow your wife to talk. You are only the one, all in all. Mr. Ladega, Kuba nonsense. Daddy Wa, no, Daddy Wa does not agree. Then once he say, whatever he says is the final. Even you will be making decisions on your wife when your wife is not there. Even if you want to use veto power, there's a system you go about it. You go about it. Not that you will now be saying, this is what I want. If I am the man in this house, Leo man, I'm supposed to be treated like a king. That is it. We tend to use our hand to scatter everything. We got to be very careful. Very careful. Or you don't allow your wife to live her dreams. Maybe before you got married, she told you, mo fẹ́ kàwé, mo fẹ́ ní masters, mo fẹ́ ní PhD. You said, it's okay. Don't worry. When we get married, the moment she has the first child, I'll be paying your school fees and be paying the child's school fees. What nonsense. If you don't invest in her, if you don't do what you're supposed, even if you invest in her so much, she might not even need to go abroad and stay. Not be one person be FFA. Funke Felix Adejumo. With due respect. If the husband does not allow her to be free, to do this, to do that, if the husband do not allow her to live her dreams, to enjoy her life in such a way that everything that the Lord had deposited in her, the husband is allowing her to carry it out. Do you think she will not want to go and stay abroad and sit there? But because she's able to live, she won't even have to japa. Ajomara for it together and the money will come. See, Tope Alabi now. I don't even know her maiden name. I know her as Tope Alabi. Is the husband not Alabi? If the husband does not allow her to flow, both of them will be wallowing in gbese and gbese. But because the husband did not cage her, he allowed her to live her dreams, to enjoy her life, to live her purpose. So that kind of a woman, once she see that opportunity to travel abroad, oh salon niye, say oh pe oh mo bo, then you won't have any mouth to talk. Destiny killer spouse, yes, that's their name. They kill the destiny of their spouses, and they will be seeing it as a competition. Ofe mama won't jẹ wá fún mi. If God says ibi lo tó ń jẹ ma wà ní ebi apa ẹ. And you, the wife, the moment you are making it, má gapa. If not, Bible gan sọ, gbogbo ìwé mímọ́ ló sọ, that tó bá rárá ẹ tó gbéra ẹ sókè, Ọlọ́run máa gbé ẹ sánlẹ̀ padà ni. But the moment you flow the way you are supposed to be flowing, and then ẹ̀yin aláṣejù spouse, that bon forí ṣe fọrùn ṣe fún yín, you are never satisfied. Kan para wọn torí yín wá tún ní wọn kú dáadáa. Be very careful. So, if you don't have all those things as skeleton in your cupboard, when your wife or your husband travels abroad and misbehaves, or you leave your spouse back in Africa and he or she misbehaves, God will judge. Law of Kamani, God will judge. You will just see that what the person has gone to Obodo Ibo to look for, to run up and down and do, it won't achieve. Even if you achieve, it won't amount to anything. The man or the woman you left back home that you forgot or you betrayed, you will see the person progressing more than you that is running helter-skelter. That is it. Be very careful. Be very careful. However you treat your spouse, when they gain little freedom, will show. And if they tend to betray you or misbehave, God will judge. That is it. Leave everything to God. Don't take law into your hands. Don't kill, don't fight, don't beat. Leave everything to God. The one I watched today, painful. You worked, you toiled, you resources, the money, the strength, the energy, everything. I know it is painful. It is painful. But you don't take laws into your hands. Now shooting the woman, killing the woman, what does it amount to? Nothing. Back to square one. What will be the fate of the children? If the government does not even take over the children and give them to we have to be very careful. If you think and you see this is a real betrayer, walk away. Take time. Walk away. Look for a payback. Your payback should be how to develop yourself. Yes. You don't have to tell me you are my husband. I know you are my husband. So if a man is bent on economy all the time, I'm the head. I'm the superior. What I say is the final. I'm the king. I'm supposed to be treated like a king. Respect is not begged for. It's not supposed to be solicited for. It's supposed to be earned. If you deserve it and they are not giving it to you, God will judge. That is it. And the same thing to the woman. You don't drag your wife in the mud. You don't. That's your backbone. That's your resting table. If anything happens, that's who you cry to the first moment. But when you have dragged, I pity some people. If you don't build that up, if you fall yakata on the floor. Oh, near any sustenance. But if you build that, when that time comes, If you fall, you won't reach the ground before she picks you, before she uplifts you. But if she refuses to, then God will judge. God will judge. There's no room for abuse. Yes, ma. In marriage, no matter what. No matter what. People think economy. Some people don't even know they are going through that abuse. That abusive relationship. Until when they get to freedom, they now see that my husband said I must not do is this one that I must do. Why will you choose it for me? You can tell me like cause he then down why you are doing that. Oh, she mele no more. It might even be that the one that your husband is telling you to do ló máa padà fi jẹun. But it will not be tó bá jẹ́ mi ni mo máa sanwó if I'm the one to pay for it. This is what I'm paying for. Ọ̀gára èmi kí ló dé? You understand what I'm saying? Emotional abuse is the worst. That is it. You will not see any scar. You will not see anything. But the person is crying and dying in silence. That is worse. So the way you treat your wife or your spouse or your husband will determine when you get to Obodo Oyinbo to see if you are going to fly away and not look back. Some will just pet you and pet you. You can never know their plans. It's a payback time. But if you have done well, the way God will even skyrocket you, say, oh mama, well okay, and the person will now say, he or she will not even amount to anything compared with success. Be very careful. Be very careful. Be very careful. There's a saying, they said even the strongest feelings expires when ignored and taken for granted. If a woman is showing love, or husband is showing love, care, we see men that they will be the one. No ma shegba, no ma shawo. The wife will be painting nails. Ask about the wife. Ti party. Ask about ti kun owo ti se ko ni wole odola. Once the husband is able to travel, ó lọ nìyẹn. If it's the other way around, if it's the woman that is putting all efforts, for sure she won't for, once the woman gets that opportunity, she's gone. She's gone. Said no relationship is perfect, but that you should please realize when someone is taking you for granted or is taking advantage of you or belittling you emotionally or abusing you or treating you any less than what you are worth over what you know your worth. You know how your parents treated you when you were home. You were a love child, almost junior. And your husband will now be looking at you, Oribo Sheri, rada, fi bi akisa elegbin. Hey! A woman you are climbing, a woman that have children for you. And you want those words to just fly away as you said it. No. It will take the grace of God before that woman can forget. And that thing will keep ringing in her head. Worthless, until God touches her and she's able to see herself other way around, or she gets opportunities like this and fly away. A woman that you're not allowed to work. Oh, Leshisha said you can't work. There's nothing you can do. You cannot work. She big by any. She only come am I in this world just to eat? I'm not very fulfilled. I want my name to be heard all over. I want my wings to be, I want to fly with my wings. I should be able to. When I have the backing of God and my husband, I should be able to do anything. But when you are not saying, no, you can't go, no, but the cardiac perimeters, you know, this is where you are. If I am your husband, this is where you stay. Say, when you hug and get hugged back, even tight, when I give and I see that you are giving back again, you too, you are doing, I'm doing, you are doing, that home will keep progressing. Mama lobeni. So be very careful when you want to japa. Roda dao. So ti shumi to ro sínú ilé tó fẹsẹ̀ kó tó lọ. So ti shusaga. Ko ma fi we nudi. Be very careful. Be very careful. Because You will not come and be crying. Mo náwó, mo nora, mo ṣègbà, mo ṣàwo. Emotional torture that you gave the woman, ko. Àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ àlùfànṣá, all those big words, derogatory ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń sọ sí. Ọ̀rọ̀ tí ìyá ò lè sọ sí, tí bàbá ò lè sọ sí. A child that has always been pampered in their home. What happened? You start calling her names, different names. Speaking evil into her life. Please be very careful. Be very careful. Kó má di pé igi dá, ẹyẹ fò. And that is why you see some people, even if they do not travel, once they make little money, they will say, opportunity today. Now I have my own money. I don't have to rely on him for anything. You ask me not to work. And when I ask you for money, you call me ingrate. Èyí tí mo ṣe fún ẹ lánàá ṣé o ti dúpẹ́. It's your responsibility. I am part of your responsibility. So whatever you do for me, you do for yourself, because you will see it in me. You will enjoy it in me. I cannot follow you and be moody. And you'll be laughing. Some people, their wives cannot talk in the public. Wọ́n bí dá. Tó bá délé, tí ó bá tiẹ̀ ná gan, ọ̀rọ̀ tó máa sọ sí. Gbogbo yẹn fẹ̀yìn òṣì. Má rò pé yàn gidi ni ó lọ mo sọ̀rọ̀ ń dá sọ́n kẹnu bọ̀rọ̀ tá ń kẹnu ajá bọ mí. Boloti. Hey! And some, their husbands are the ones, they will not be able to talk. They will just be looking. Baba lágbájá, rí nǹkan sọ sí nǹkan sọ, lè rí sọ. Tẹ́ ń wò bí olóńdù. Kò rádaràda. Ṣé bàbá lẹ́yìn náà? When the person have that opportunity, even though the person did not mean to run, opportunity yẹn wá, systematically the person will be drifting away, until there will be a real gap and vacuum that will not be mended. That is it. When your wife could not play with you, ṣé mi ló ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ báyẹn? Bàbá ẹ̀ ló ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ báyẹn. What rubbish? I used to tell people, husband and wife, àwọn náà ń gbé borun. They are supposed to be gbé borun. But when the husband tell, you are the husband that cannot keep secrets. Once your wife tells you something, gbogbo ayé ló ìyá ìtì ẹ̀mí sí period ẹ̀ lánàá. Mo ti sọ fún kò lè máa bímọ tó ẹbí ẹyẹ àti bí méjì ntí ráyè kò sówó kò síṣẹ́ kò ṣàbọ̀ alábọ̀dọ̀ ara aya wọn báràkì. I'm the only one fending for her. She cannot just go kó máa bímọ kó kàn máa làdílẹ̀ tuẹ́tuẹ́ kó kàn máa bímọ kó máa ti fọwọ́ kan ní abí ẹlẹ́dẹ̀. And when she does not get pregnant, akọ ajá la gbé sílé kò bímọ kò ṣe gbá kò yé kò pa. Think about it. These words are heavy. They don't just go away just like that. Some will even remember in the middle of the night and be crying. Someone, I was listening to an interview. The woman said even when she left the husband, she would still be feeling that somebody was talking to her ears. That you are nothing, you are big for nothing, idiot, this and that. That she will have to be looking back to see if actually there was somebody. Please be very careful. Please, Emma Binu. I took it to another level. Emma Binu. I just want to, because of the video I watched today, I heard about it, but I shouldn't have watched that video. It's made, read that thing. I read it and it's made me to be thinking one thing or the other, It's not a do or die affair. If you know the marriage is not conducive anymore, go your separate ways. It doesn't make, you don't have to divorce each other immediately. Go separate ways. Go. If you can still mend it, fine. If not, go nika luku ba ti ẹ lọ. Má pa fún àwọn ẹbí ẹ, má dẹ̀ pa náà fún àwọn ẹbí ẹ. Yeah. One cannot satisfy the world. That is it. That's why I said some spouses, they are doing everything, all it takes. Some will even help you pay school fees, do this, do that. But at the end of the day, you still call them names. There's nothing they do that is good. No. We're careful. Be very careful. This is Japa. That is relocation part 2, right? Till next week when we are coming with another topic. Please stay tuned. I love you all. Thank you so very much for watching. Thank you so very much for watching. Please share. Don't be the only one to enjoy this. Share. I'm not seeing I'm not seeing, it's only we that have always been coming, and I've not been seeing new faces. That means you are enjoying it for yourself alone. You don't want other people to enjoy it. You don't want people to learn from it. And even if I make mistakes, they will write it there. I will see my mistakes. I will amend. I will correct it. If you have questions, ask questions. If you have questions, ask questions. Any question? I'm here. I'm about to go off. I have 2 minutes. If you have questions, let me know. Thank you so very much, everybody. Even if you have questions I'm unable to answer today, or maybe you can't remember right now, next week when we come, ask me questions. I will answer you by God's grace. And I pray that the Lord Almighty will spare our lives. We shall meet next week to talk more about another tense topic. Right. Thank you so very much. God bless you. I still remain Olu Abi or Abid Busi, and this is being brought to you by Thoughtful Events. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. I love you all.